Did I realize I just bought the wrong cord for this dang microphone again? Yes, I did. This is just going to become a running saga on my channel, I guess. But, hi friends! If you couldn't tell, I just came home from work, which is working with kids, so I might still have my teacher voice on. My dog also has decided every time I want to record a video that she is going to squeak her toy. But today's video, what I thought would be a great idea as someone who has watched around 30 dramas in the past six-ish months, is I got this idea from the book King himself, Jack Edwards, of him reviewing every book he's ever read in a year in one sentence. But for this, I'm just going to say every drama I've watched in one sentence. And it might be more than one sentence. And also, I did this the other night, like trying to think of one sentences to put for each drama. And a lot of them are very similar. And I think that's because I watch a lot of dramas that are very similar, give me similar feelings, if you know what I mean. So before we jump into it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know videos you want to see, shows you want me to watch, and we will get into our first one. I have this kind of in chronological order. I don't know exactly if it's right. Most of them are right. It's just number 2 especially, I watched before I started my list. So I think it's number 2. If not, it's probably 3 or 4. But we will get into it. At number 1, we have Extraordinary Attorney Woo, which for this, it just started my love for dramas. It's just very cute, cozy. It's an episodic, like, lawyer drama. My dog is making an appearance. She must love this show. And it's just very comfort. It just started my love for these shows, so I just love it. Number 2, we have Business Proposal. And this is just, it's so cute. It reminded me of a book, but in show form, like very much romantic novel vibes. And I love the second couple in this show, especially, maybe even a little bit more than the first couple. I just need to rewatch this show, but I love this show. Number 3, we have A Clean with Passion for Now, which is, it was cute while watching, but looking back, I very much liked the second lead of the like love triangle better than the main lead, but still I think the girl was supposed to be 19 and the males were supposed to be like late 20s to early 30s, which just kind of gives me weird vibes now. But the premise was definitely interesting and I definitely enjoyed it while watching, but I think comparatively to all the shows I've watched after, it's like on the bottom of my list of like which ones I've liked. Number 4, we have Once Upon a Small Town, which is just cute, quick, cozy, like head empty show. I will rewatch it all the time. It gave very much like a Hallmark movie vibe to me, like just very much like cutesy, like vet, police officer, small town, fall in love, like very cute. Next we have My Boss, which very much started like Attorney Woo was like my first foray into the K-dramas, and then My Boss was the one that got me like, oh, now I'm obsessed with these. So it's just so cute. It's also a very episodic like lawyer show, but also like more of a romance. So it's just very cute. I rewatched this one probably the most. It's just very much become a comfort show to me because it was the first one I ever watched. So it just has this little special place in my heart. Number 6, we have You Are My Secret, which I very much love this one so badly. It's also very underrated. I don't see a lot of people talking about it. It's a very much marriage of convenience, like slash boss and employee romance. I just love it. I love both the main actors, and just the only thing about the show I don't like is how long the like conflict of the like woman coming back from someone's past to like break up the relationship, that went on for so long in this show to a point where I was like, okay, we get it, move on, like we're done. But it's so underrated. I need to watch it again, but it's like I have a list of over 50 I need to watch that I haven't, so it's like to rewatch shows I have watched. I don't know, but I need to rewatch it. It's definitely on my rewatch list. And next we have Only for Love, which I get parts of this mixed up with You Are My Secret sometimes because one of the actors in You Are My Secret is also in Only for Love, but instead of a main character, he's like a second lead kind of. So this one I just loved while watching, and like I really do enjoy it. It's not like another one where it's like love but kind of now, but it just feels very kind of forgettable. Maybe it's because I've just watched so many things that are similar. They all just kind of merge together in my head. But it's also like more on the spicy side of what most of these shows show. Like a lot of these shows like barely show anything. They show like maybe like a kiss, and like that's very much it sometimes. But this one definitely showed a lot more, which I enjoy. And then all the characters, I really liked the second couple in the show. Like it was just so cute. But it is like one that I sometimes forget all the things that happen in it, just because I watch so many romantic centric dramas. Next we have Amidst a Snowstorm of Love, which I binged this whole, like, I think there's like 31 episodes in like a 2-day span, like Saturday, Sunday. Like I was up till like 3 in the morning, like couldn't put it down, had to be like, okay, you need to stop and go to bed. Like I just loved it. I think the first episode was really boring, and honestly, I skipped a lot of it to get to like when the plot actually starts. And also, I can see how people find this show very boring to them. Like, it is very kind of, it's about two quiet, awkward, introverted people falling in love. And so, as a very quiet, awkward, introverted person, I love to watch that. Even though I am awkward, like, I had to cover my eyes because the awkwardness was radiating off of them. But I just very much enjoyed it. It's not like my top favorite, but it's definitely one. Like, again, I talked about the show in my first ever video, which was my 10 favorite dramas of all time so far. And this one's definitely on that. It has a special place in my heart. And I just loved the plot of the billiards. It's like a sports drama in a way. Sports aren't really shown in media. Like, you don't see a lot of pool or billiards themed media unless you are into that. I don't know. Anyways, 9 we have Falling Into Your Smile, which is very much an esports romance, and any like sports or gaming or like a female going into a male led like sport like that, I just love. And it's also very much like enemies to lovers. Like there's this scene in the show I think about a lot when they become a couple and someone finds out and he's like, girl, have you heard of Stockholm Syndrome? Are you sure that's not what's happening? Like, did you just bigger enough to fall in love? I think about that scene all the time. And this is probably the show I rewatched the most, like, especially because it's on Netflix. I just kind of put it on when I don't know what to watch. And I'll just have it on in the background. And there's so many characters in this show that give off, like, gay vibes. Like, I wanted them to get together so bad. Like, it's the manager, especially this one I think about the most. The manager and the like player that retired that they helped like train basically. Like there are so many scenes where it's like, are we gonna find out that they're like gay or like in a relationship or something? But no. But I wanted it so bad. In an alternate universe, they would be together. And sometimes even the main male lead and the like best friend he has on a different team sort of gave off those vibes at times where it's like, that's also very interesting. But obviously, because he's the male lead, that didn't happen. And also, there was none of that in the show. But there was definitely some characters where I could see how people could take that and run with it, which I kind of wish in the show they did. Like, I would have enjoyed that. But as like a second lead romance kind of thing. But no, we didn't get that. That would have just made the show so much better, in my opinion, to me. Okay, after that, we have, I just scrolled past it. Okay, we have Hidden Love, which if you watched my 10 favorite dramas of all time, whatever I titled it, is like one of my favorites. It's just like so good. I just love it so much. For some reason, I don't even know why I love it. I think most of it is the actors. The actors and their chemistry is just so good in the show. I watched this one, rewatch it a lot as well. It's also like a brother's best friend trope, and I like that trope, especially in books. I read so many books with that trope, and one thing I will say is I see how romanticizing this kind of relationship, especially because of the age gap and how it started, not how it started, but when they met and stuff, people could see it's weird. I think a lot of it is she met him when she was 13, but the actress, I think, was younger than that when she was supposed to be 13, or she was 13 but just looked really young. So this girl's like out here looking like she's 9, and he's like a senior in high school or a freshman in college, whatever. Even though nothing happens then, they just kind of meet each other then. It's just, I think some people think it's weird that then they end up together, but I don't know. I could see how people could see that, but I love it so much. Number 11, we have Melting Me Softly, which it started my love for the actor in this show. I love him so much. I've only seen 2 things he's in, which we'll get to the second one later, but I just loved him in the show so much. I don't think I'd ever watch this show, but I probably would rewatch moments of the show. I love him. I don't know why, but he's just one of my favorite actors, and I really liked the premise. Is very much like fantasy sci-fi-y. It just didn't very much end the way I wanted it to. Like the ending, I was like, okay, that's kind of it. And I've talked to someone else like who's watched it that kind of said the same thing. Like it just didn't end the way that they wanted it to. So it kind of brought it down for me. But also it brought it a little bit more up because this drama is one of 2 dramas that have made me sob, cry my eyes out, like making noise while I cry while I watch this show. Like, oh my gosh, I'm crying so hard. And I've never cried so hard for like a show like that before. So it kind of got points taken down because it didn't end the way I wanted it to, but kind of went a little bit back up because it made me cry so hard. And there's another show we'll talk about later that made me cry like super duper hard. So that one was just, mostly it was just my love for the main male actor in the show. And number 12, we have Trauma Code Heroes on Call, which I mostly watched because it has the same main actor in it as the one in Once Upon a Small Town. And plus I just very much love like medical dramas. Like you for sure know already if you've watched any of my videos that I love like lawyer dramas, like police procedurals. Like I just call them episodic shows where it's like one plot point through like one episode. So any like crime show or like lawyer show or medical show, I just love. So Trauma Code Heroes on Call is very much like a medical show. I binged this, I think, in like an afternoon because there's only 8 episodes. And I really want to rewatch it because I did watch it in a day. I don't really remember what mostly happens in it. And I just really hope there's a season 2. I just know it won an award at some kind of award show. So hopefully that means we will get a season 2 because obviously people like it. So here's hoping. Next we have Descendants of the Sun, which is probably the oldest show I've watched. Usually I watch shows more recent times, but this one came out in like 2016, so I think this one is very much one of the oldest ones I've watched. And I watched this one because of a TikTok of a specific scene of the main male character protecting her while she treats a patient, like guns out, because it's very much like soldier, doctor, romance. And I just really like the premise of it. It's very much more like action-y as well as romance. And this is also the other drama that made me cry so hard while watching it. And like if you've watched the show, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's like towards the end, I think. It's been a while since I watched it, but I remember sobbing so hard because something happens and you think there's no way that they just did that. And then it kind of keeps going. And you're like, I think they just did that. I think that's just what happened. And so then you're upset along with the characters about what happened. And then, you know, it's a romance, so things happen after that. But still, for that moment, you feel with the characters and you're like, oh my gosh. And you cry your eyeballs out. So that one just really got me. Next we have my roommate is I think it's Gumiho. I'm so sorry, my pronunciation is probably super bad. But this one is a very good premise. Just, I think the actor that played the male character gave off weird vibes to me. I don't know what it was. Something about his face just weirded me out. No hate to that man, but he just weirds me out. But I also loved the show itself. Just, it kind of brought it down because I wasn't very much enjoying it because of, he just seemed weird to me. Like, his acting was good. Like, I don't want to be shallow, but his face just is not for me. So I probably won't watch more stuff that he is in, to be honest. But it was very cute. That's all I have to say for that one. Next we have Smile Code, which I can't even remember why I watched this. I think TikTok, probably. And this one's a very interesting premise. It's like a stand-up comedian who becomes friendly with a guy who has some kind of condition that he cannot show emotion. So her goal, I think, is to like make him laugh. And so it's very interesting. But I will say, based on the plot of it being stand-up comedian, I very much skipped a lot of the stand-up scenes in the show. And I don't remember why. I think part of it is because I am so awkward. I hate watching awkward things happen. So if I think something awkward is about to happen, I will skip it or close my eyes or whatever. I just don't like to watch people being awkward. As someone awkward myself, I don't know what that means or what that is. I just do that. And so I think any stand-up scene, because not that she was awkward or the scene was awkward or whatever, just for some reason I always skipped it. I don't know. This is the first show I've seen the main male character in. I know he's also in a lot more things on my list, and I've watched Put Your Head on My Shoulder. I haven't finished it though, so it's not on this list. After this, and he's in that show and also in this show. And so to see him play a character that doesn't show emotion was a very interesting like first watch. But I really like his acting, and it was a very interesting show and a very interesting premise. It's just not one of my favorites, but I very much enjoyed it. I have pretty much enjoyed almost every show I've watched. There hasn't been one that I've hated. There's just been ones I've liked more than others. Next, we have You Are My Lover Friend, which is very much a childhood friend to lovers romance. And this one's also very underrated. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it. And I just really like this one. I think I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. And I'm not very much a childhood friends to lovers trope person. But this show and another show we'll talk about later that I've watched, I actually really liked. Like, I don't really go out of my way to consume media with that trope, but it was very cute. And another one I found on TikTok, and I just really loved the premise and the couple, and it was just very cute. Next, we have When I Fly Towards You, which is like the cozy, I always say it's the coziest of cozy shows. Very slice of life. There's not really a plot. It's just very much like kids in high school falling in love and their journey after high school and their relationship. And it's very cute. Not much to say about it, but I really much enjoy it. I think it's like my second or third top drama I've watched just because it's so cozy and I love the couple so much. And the actors, like, I just love them. Next, we have Here We Meet Again, which is like a boss employee type romance. And it's very like slow burn, if I remember. Like, there was one scene I saw on TikTok which made me watch the show, and it took forever to get to it, which was like a couple scene. But this is also another one that feels very underrated, or just one that I don't see a lot of people talking about, like in the main people that talk about things like this. And I very much enjoyed this drama. It was very cute to me. It reminded me probably a lot of My Boss, very similar, but like not lawyers, but very like similar vibes to me, like boss employee-ish vibes. So not much to say other than I enjoyed it. Number 19, we have Miss Night and Day, which, if you don't know, part of the plot is like the main female character, like in the daytime she switches into an older woman and at nighttime she's herself. So I wasn't sure how I'd feel about this. I don't think I knew that going in, but I kept seeing like clips on TikTok of the relationship in this show, and I really wanted to watch it because of that. So I kind of was like, well, this has it in it, and I'm just gonna watch it. Like, even though it's not my favorite, but I very much enjoyed it. And the acting between the actors of the woman that plays her and then the woman that plays her as an older woman was really good, and I think it put it up for me. And now I actually rewatched this show a lot, and I really, really love the main couple. It's like prosecutor slash witness kind of vibe, and I just really love that. Again, lawyers, I don't know. Oh yeah, I need some water. Number 20, we have City of Romance, which honestly, I think this was another one I loved while watching, but kind of forgettable now because I don't remember most of what happened in that show. But if I remember, it's like the guy was grumpy and she was more like sunshiny, and it had like an art premise of like someone that wrote comics and just like a college age like romance. It was just cute. I recommend it, but I honestly don't remember most of what happened in that show. Next, we have Go-Go Squid, which is another like esports romance. I think I watched this because after I watched Falling Into Your Smile, I looked up more like esports romance. And so this one I really, really enjoyed. Just the only thing that bothered me about the show was the actors. And I'm pretty sure the actors are the same age in real life, but for some reason, the female main character, her actor, looked so young compared to the male main character that sometimes it gave me a little weird vibes. Like, she looked like she was like 18, 19, 20, and he looked like he was about to be 40. Like, so it just was a little strange to me. And the actors themselves just seemed very awkward to me in the very beginning. So, I don't know. I really enjoyed it, but I think I might have enjoyed it more if the actors were different. Or they made the female main character look older, because she looked really young in this show. Like, I don't think she was, like, obviously, and I think the actors are more similar in age than they are portrayed to be in the show. So it just gave off weird vibes to me sometimes, but I very much enjoyed it. And speaking of that show, we have the sequel / spin-off, which is Go-Go Squid 2, which is DT Apple Dog's Time, I'm pretty sure. I didn't write that part down, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And I really liked that they took a couple from the first show that I wanted to see more of and made it its own show. But one thing they did is they recast the female main character. And also, like, they had different sets. They took the esports premise to a, like, robot battling premise. And so just everything trying to, if you watch the first show and then the second show, trying to, like, because I think most of this happened like around the same time as the first one. So trying to, like, in my head, I'm like, okay, everything about this is different other than, like, the couple and the, like, main male character or whatever. And it's like, I just stopped trying to figure out where it fit in the first series. And at some point, I think towards the end, I really got pretty far. But I think at that point, I just really wanted to watch what I wanted to watch next and was just waiting for the show to be over. I was like, okay, I'm done. I know what happens at the end. It's a romance, obviously, and I think I looked up what happened in, like, YouTube or something. So it was a very interesting premise. I just think they did too much with trying to change the story. I don't know why it was like that it just made me very confused. So I think people probably would enjoy it more if, honestly, they didn't even watch the first one and you just went straight to the second one. But I like both of them, just don't like them together. But when you're watching something titled the same thing, I'm going to compare it. And especially if you're telling me it's a sequel or a spin-off or whatever. Like, I don't know why they did that. Next, we have The First Frost, which is just such a well-written show, and maybe that's because it was written based off a book, which I haven't read. So I don't know how much of it is the same. And it's just such a good romance, too, very much like childhood friends to lovers-ish that find their way back to each other after a certain amount of time. It's just very, very heavy on the trauma that the female character goes through that has kept me from rewatching it fully, because sometimes I just want silly, happy, fun time. And the show had that at times, but most of the time it was not a silly, happy, fun time. It was the opposite of that. So, I love this show a lot, but I haven't been able to rewatch it because it's just, you have to be in the mindset for that. Like, the first time you watch it, you're not really expecting because you don't know what's going to happen, but I knew it was going to be kind of heavy. And then after you kind of know the whole story, it's like, well, do I want to put myself through this again? But that being said, I really think everyone should watch this show. It's so good. So after that show, I watched King of the Land, which is very much opposite vibes. This is just like a very cozy boss employee / like enemies to lovers. I really loved the hotel setting of like the fancy hotel. One's like the president, one's like a worker there, and all the different like things that came with that. And it was just a very cozy vibe. It was the exact vibe I needed after watching The First Frost. And I rewatch it a lot too, like 2 or 3 times since I've seen it. Next we have Destined with You, which is another one that I really enjoyed while watching it. But now looking back, I honestly can't remember a lot of what happened in it other than the main plot points, despite its unique premise. A lot of it has to do with like a past life of the 2 main characters, and I did skip a lot of that. I'm not very much a historical girly, and that had like a whole episode of historical timeline of the show. So I skipped a lot of that part. I don't know if I skipped anything important. I don't know. But I did like the main couple a lot. And there's like a stalker slash plot line in this show. And I really liked that plot point in it. Like, and how it affected the main couple and their story and stuff like that. It was just really cute. It was very cute with like fantasy like elements. So it is very different. I just can't remember most of what happened and why. I think my brain is mush. Next we have When the Phone Rings, which honestly is probably one of the most unique premises I have. Who thought of the premise of this show? Like, it is just so good. I love this show, honestly, so much. And the couple in the show, so much. Like, the actors, I just want to see them be a couple in another show. Like, I want to see them be happy more. I just want more of them. Or, like, a season 2 of them just being happy. I don't know. I just want these two to be so happy. It's probably one of my favorite couples in a drama. Like, I just love them. And this show also had, like, a lot of plot twists that I thought were done very good that I didn't really see coming. And the only thing I will say is, which you've probably heard a lot of people say, if you know anything about this show, because I heard it before I even watched this show, is the last episode of the show, the writers did this show dirty, which I will agree with. It will make you say, why did you write that? Why would he do that after everything that's happened? This is the last episode, and you're gonna have him do this. You're gonna have him do that. Why? So, very much a show that I love, but that part of the end brought it down a little bit for me. But I very much still enjoyed it, and you should very much still watch it if you haven't already. Next we have Vincenzo, which is a very different show than I thought it was going into it. I thought it would very much be not romance-centric, but I thought it'd be very much like episodic lawyer show, kind of similar to Extraordinary Attorney Woo or My Boss type vibe. Which it was not. It was a more like revenge drama with lawyer-ish things mixed in and a little tiny bit of romance. Which I really did love the romance. It also had very good plot twists. I love the revenge aspect. A lot of the deaths and stuff were like twisty, like the found familyness trope, if I didn't say that already. Like, it's just I love it so much. Like, I remember talking to my family about this and just explaining everything because I was like, oh my gosh, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and you think this happens, but then this happened. And so I just had a lot to say about it, but a lot of it's like spoilery, so I can't really tell you about it if you haven't watched it. But it's one of those shows that I didn't think too much about it while I was watching it, just being like, oh, this is good, having a nice time, like, fun. And then after I finished it, I was like, oh. And I rewatched it again right after because I was like, this show is good. And I can't stop thinking about it. So I'm just going to rewatch it. And I think I watched it like 2 more times, like right after. Because I just kept thinking about it. And it was all I wanted to watch. Like, it kind of put me in a slump. Because then it was all I wanted to watch. And then it's kind of like, well, what show is going to be as good or hook me as much as the show ended up hooking me? So, you know, that's just that show. Next, we have Undercover High School, which I had been waiting for the show to come out. It was probably the first drama, because I'm kind of person that I want to wait till all the episodes are out. I don't like waiting, because then I'll get hooked, and I want the next episode right now. So I just wait. This was probably the first drama that I was like, okay, I really want to watch this. Did my thing just die? No. I really want to watch this, but I want to wait for all the episodes to come out first. I really liked the undercover premise of the show, and I liked the romance. I just wish it was more fleshed out more in the end. Like, I don't even think we got to see them kiss, if I'm being correct. Or as they kiss, it like zooms all the way out on them, so then you can't even see them anymore. Which I know that wasn't the whole point of the show, but it would have been nice to see. I don't have much to say about that one, but I very much did like it. Next, we have Love Next Door, which is another childhood friends to lovers vibe, trope, whatever. And it also has my favorite second couple in a show ever. Like, I saw more edits and stuff of this couple than the main couple before I even watched this show. And once I watched it, I was like, oh, that's where they came from. I honestly thought they were a main couple of a show because I saw so many edits and stuff of them. But I love them so much. And while watching this show, I very much related to the main female character of this show, which kind of upped my enjoyment of it because it was a character I could relate to, and a lot of people love characters they can relate to. And it just made them feel like very real people, and I think the acting was really good because I felt like they were real people. And so I just very much, did my battery die? Yes, good enough. If the camera view changed after this clip, whatever, my battery died. So then I had to go find the charger. But now we are at Marry My Husband, which I love so much. I'm still halfway through the Japanese version just because I started work back again after summer. So I haven't had much time to watch it. But I love this show so much. I'm talking about the Korean version now. It has started my love for like the reincarnation / like women getting revenge on everyone who's wronged them trope. As someone that is very quiet and awkward and hates confrontation, I love this show and another show that's very similar to this that we will talk about in a couple episodes later. Not episodes, none of the people. I just realized I forgot one of the shows on my list. I'll just put it at the end. I don't remember when I watched it. But I know it was recently. I must have been at the end. Huh. Interesting. But what was I saying? Marry My Husband. I heard so many good things about the show before I watched it, and it did not disappoint. It is so good, and if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. Like, it's just so good. And I can't see. Where am I? The only complaint I do have of this show is there's a character that comes back into the lives of the main couple and does things to try to ruin them that I didn't enjoy, and I skipped most of that part. Trying to explain without like spoiler range. So there was like a whole episode I skipped almost because I just didn't enjoy that plot line. But I love it so much. It's like the 3rd or 4th on my top 10. I can't remember now. But next we have Lawless Lawyer, which I watched because of these edits I've seen of the female main character like punching out a judge. And again, it's kind of similar to like, I just love women that will punch people that deserve it or fight or get revenge. And so I was like, okay, I need to watch the show. And again, similar to Vincenzo, I thought it was going to be like a episodic like a lawyer type show, and it very much reminded me a lot of Vincenzo because it was very much not that. It just had lawyer elements in it, and it was very much like a revenge type show. It was not my most favorite show I've watched. Like, I probably won't watch it again, but I didn't hate it. I did skip a lot of parts, especially like with the villains of the show. And I did think the romance was cute and that they had a lot of chemistry, and I loved how both of them played like a part in the revenge and how they were connected, like from past things that they didn't really know, which one of them knew, but the other one didn't kind of vibe. But it was just very cute, and I loved the romance. The other parts in the revenge, but some of the other parts I kind of skipped just to get like through it into the parts I wanted to see. But it wasn't bad. I really liked it. Next, second to last, because I had to put one I forgot, which I think is either before Lawless Lawyer or at the end where it is supposed to be. So I don't know. But next we have Perfect Marriage Revenge, which if you have seen Marry My Husband, then this plot is very, very similar. And I watched it because it was very, 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 very similar to Marry My Husband. Very much a reincarnation, women getting revenge on everyone who has wronged her trope show. And I just love it. Very similar to Marry My Husband. I just love it because it's a woman getting revenge. And who doesn't love to see that? If you hate it, then something is wrong with you. And last but not least, which even though I forgot it on this list when I wrote it down, I don't know why, is Suspicious Partner. And again, like Melting Me Softly, I watched this because of the main male character. And I have nothing written down for this, so this is all top of my brain. And again, this is a lawyer type show where it is a prosecutor and his trainee. And I just love it. If you want to hear more about the show, I talked about it in my top 10 dramas. And one thing I will say about this show is I very much loved how they took, because there's a time jump in this show of, I think, about 2 years. I love how in the first couple episodes, what happens before the time jump, they kind of keep how it affected the character, especially the female main character. They kept how that before the time jump affected her after the time jump. Like, they didn't just kind of erase it and use it as a excuse to have the characters meet. They used it like as part of her character and part of the plot of the story. And so I just very much enjoyed it. And so that's it. If I add the one that I forgot to add, which was Suspicious Partner, I have watched 33 dramas. And there's a couple dramas too that I have started watching but haven't finished. And it's not just because I hated them or anything, it's just things happened. Like, I go through moments where I'm watching these dramas every single day and can't get enough, and then I will have a time period where I watch nothing. So there's like a couple dramas that I've started watching in that like obsessive period that have stopped. So there's definitely more in these lists if I add ones that I haven't finished, like Marry My Husband Japan, The Best Thing. There's definitely more, but I can't think of them right now. But, you know, maybe I'll do a video where I finish all the dramas I haven't finished yet. Let me know. Let me know what of these dramas are your favorite. Let me know which ones you've added to your list now. Let me know if you ate pizza for dinner. I don't know. But I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye.